Hello. Welcome back to another CNC project video with Legacy Woodworking Machinery. Today we're going to be kicking off a new project series for the Convertible China Hutch designed by Andy Anderson for our apartment living collection. Now, before we start cutting, I want to break down some of the design on why Andy designed this project the way that he did. All the projects in this collection don't start out with a design, but with a problem. The problem in this case is very simple. How do you design a China hutch that is a beautiful piece of furniture, but also serves multiple purposes, fits comfortably into modern apartment living, and can still be transported through narrow hallways, stairways, and elevators? The answer wasn't simply to make the cabinet smaller. The answer was to make it smarter. This cabinet was designed from the beginning as a modular furniture system. Instead of one large cabinet, it is actually 3 precision-built assemblies that work together as one beautiful piece of furniture. That single design decision influences everything else we'll do throughout this project. The first assembly is the lower cabinet. This cabinet supports the entire project while hiding one of its most unique features. The front of the cabinet transforms into a full 6-foot dining table. When the table is folded away, the wing panels appear to be traditional cabinet doors, preserving the classic appearance of the hutch. Storage compartments on both ends hold folding chairs so the entire dining room stores inside one cabinet. The second assembly is the upper hutch. This is the display cabinet for plates, glassware, and decorative pieces. Structurally, it consists of 3 hardwood face frames joined with CNC-machined iso-lock joints. The front frame features an arched top rail, while the 2 side frames contain raised hardwood panels. The back is constructed with a plywood panel that provides strength while keeping the cabinet square. Inside the cabinet, the shelves rest on shelf pins so they can be removed during transportation. The bottom shelf has another important job. It lifts out completely, providing access to the screws that connect the upper cabinet to the drawer module below. Those screws are hidden during normal use, but remain easily accessible whenever the cabinet needs to be moved. The third assembly is the drawer module. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than 2 drawers. In reality, it is the structural heart of the entire cabinet. This assembly mechanically connects the upper hutch to the lower cabinet, while supporting both drawer systems. By separating this section into its own removable module, the cabinet can be transported in 3 manageable pieces instead of one oversized assembly. This is the essence of modular furniture design. One of the first things you'll notice is that we're not building this cabinet in the order it will be assembled. We're building it in the order that produces the greatest manufacturing accuracy. We'll begin by building the drawer module. Because this assembly establishes the mechanical relationship between the upper and lower cabinets, it makes sense to build it first. The drawer module will include the hardware mounting holes used to connect all 3 cabinet sections together, along with pre-machined holes for the drawer slide hardware. Once that assembly is complete, we'll build the drawer boxes and install the slides. This allows us to verify every drawer opening before the larger cabinet assemblies are built. Next, we'll construct the lower cabinet. The cabinet combines hardwood face frames with plywood panels where they provide strength and stability without being visible. The face frames introduce one of the primary manufacturing concepts of this project. Rather than cutting parts on multiple machines and joining them with pocket screws or traditional mortise and tenon joints, we'll machine complete hardwood face frame components on the CNC using iso-lock joinery. The parts will come directly off the CNC with the joinery, dados, rabbets, hinge pockets, and alignment features already machined. After a light sanding, they'll be ready for assembly. Once the lower cabinet is complete, we'll build the dining table itself. The center selection is solid hardwood with 2 folding wing extensions connected to butler tray hinges, so the table opens perfectly flat while remaining smooth across the entire surface. We'll then build the folding table support mechanism. Although it consists of only a few components, it demonstrates an important lesson in mechanical design. Every part has a purpose, every movement is controlled, every locking feature contributes strength to the finished table. After that, we'll build the storage compartment doors for the folding chairs before turning our attention to the upper hutch. The upper cabinet begins with the 3 hardwood iso-lock face frames and raised panels. Once those assemblies are complete, we'll construct the cabinet box with its plywood back, removable shelves, and decorative trim. The shelf fronts and molding add the final furniture details while preserving the cabinet's modular construction. Before any glue is applied permanently, we'll perform a complete dry fit of the entire project. We'll assemble all 3 modules, install every piece of hardware, fit the hitting dining table, adjust the folding support, hang the storage doors, install the upper hutch, and carefully evaluate every design decision before final assembly. Professional shops don't wait until finishing to discover problems. They solve them during the dry fit. As beautiful as this furniture may become, the real lesson isn't cabinet making. It's product design. Why was this joint selected? Why is this assembly removed? Why are these shelves adjustable? Why is the back plywood while the face frames are hardwood? Why are we building the project in this sequence instead of the order in which it will be assembled? Those are the questions designers ask. Those are the questions manufacturers ask. Throughout this China Hutch series, our goal is to explain not only how this cabinet is built, but why every design decision was made. Because once you understand the reasoning behind the design, you can go and apply those principles to projects of your own. Now, this next part may not be for you, but we do have project plans available on Legacy's website at legacywoodworking.com/projects. And we'll leave the link in the video description below. But we also have a full calendar schedule of upcoming hands-on workshops where you can register and come to our Legacy facility. You'll learn directly from our team, build real projects, and discover how shops across the country are using the Maverick CNC to produce furniture, cabinetry, architectural millwork, and custom woodworking products faster than ever before. Whether you're looking to grow your business, increase production, or simply build better projects, the Maverick CNC was designed to help you get there. In the next video, we're going to start making parts for the drawer module, which is the backbone of the cabinets and the foundation for the rest of the project to be built. Our goal for this learning pathway is to help you build a project, learn the processes, modify the design, and last, bring it all together to create something uniquely your own. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in that next video.